This is us having fun deflating a cool mattress. We get to eat breakfast with the Sharkies, or more like at the Sharkies because they've already eaten. Except for Luke.
He got a toy at the dollar store, and you earned 5 marbles.
Caught you being good.
Yeah.
We were entertained by Kona, the amazing entertainment dog.
That's me. She wore one the other day, and yeah, it kept getting stuck under her feet.
Oh, yeah, she's like slow and steady and getting where I'm going.
We took climbing lessons from Ara.
Creepy.
We said goodbye to the Sharkies. And then we stopped by a Starbucks in a Safeway for some Wi-Fi. And then we went to go visit the place I lived in 12 and a half years ago, 2952 Montclair Street here in Sacramento.
It's a little creepy.
So this is the place where I drove away from California to North Carolina back in July 2nd of 2004. It's from this house. It's where I lived with Andrew Scott for a year, and it's where we had a really cool Christmas Carol murder mystery dinner there on the inside that dwelling. We called it the Montclair Breezeway because when you open up those doors and windows, you just let the air come in. I mean, you're feeling it right now, Braids. It's like a really nice breeze. So it just made sense. This is also the place where my friends Andrew and Katie first had the initiative of starting their relationship because Katie's car, which was parked right there on that street, had a horrible pumpkin thrown through her back windshield, and Andrew stayed with her and then provided transportation for her, as we heard about yesterday.
So sweet.
True. There's really nice barbecues and good memories, friend hangouts, Settlers of Catan game. I'm glad to see it still standing, still in good condition. So I'm right now standing about at the spot where I used to live at Shadow Tree Lane Apartments, except Shadow Tree Lane Apartments don't exist anymore. Sometime in the last 15 years, my first year in Sacramento, the apartments here have been changed dramatically, and now where my apartment was doesn't look like it exists anymore. This was the place where I worked first as a Denny's waiter and was a roommate with Kevin Turner, and where I finally got rid of my large bunk bed that my brother and I shared for every year of our childhood and early adult life. So I'm not actually sure exactly where I lived because of so much reconstruction that's happened here. This may have been the exact spot that Kevin and I lived. So this was my second to last year in California, living here in this spot where I was in 2002 to 2003. It's hard to tell.
Where are we now? We're in Old Town Sacramento. All right, Old Town. It's really cool looking. You can look down that way. I'm always eating in your videos. That's okay.
So am I. So for my 24th surprise birthday party, my friend Adrian brought me to Sacramento, Old Town Sac, and I got a haircut. Mr. Melvin was the barber's name. In his second story loft, he cut my hair for 15 bucks. Very memorable. So, Braids, do you see that Delta King down there?
I do.
Well, Braids, that Delta King was the place that Adrian and my friends took me for my surprise 24th birthday party.
Aww.
And I was treated to a murder mystery, and a whole lot of my friends were there on that one surprise evening. That was a really cool thing that my friend Adrian did. So it occurs to me, Braids,
Yes.
something is different about this Old Town Sac.
What's different, Cap?
Well, Braids, I'll tell you.
All right.
Here we are in front of Evangeline's costume shop. And that part looks the same as when I've always visited from 15 years ago. But Braids,
Yes.
the streets aren't cobblestone anymore. They used to be all like this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But now they have asphalted it all over.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
Here we are in Evangeline's. Oh look, Mom, it's a condiment gun that shoots out condiments. This is just silliness.
Cap, would you be a dear and help me with reaching some of these high items? You're such a sweetheart. This reminds me of someone that we know. I'm not gonna name any names.
It smells in here.
Go first.
We're listening to an actual Wells Fargo Morse code
1880.
telegram system.
No, sorry, 18. April 18th, 1898.
Well, we decided that I didn't have enough costume hats, so what do you think, Braids?
I actually really like it. All my Man from Snowy River, you know, fangirl tendencies sit up and take notice.
Hey, guess what, guys? We're going to Davis. I have a really good wife who's reading a really good book right now.
10 Women of Oz.
Yeah, well, then there are how many total?
14.
So
14 by Baum.
we are reading the 12th out of 14 books. So I just spent some time inside the coffee shop, being able to work on some videos, and we are now about to enter into Dos Coyotes, where we get to enjoy some time with some good friends. Haven't seen them in a long time. It's gonna be great. And then we're gonna enjoy some good Tex-Mex Dos Coyotes food. At first we arrive and there's nobody here, but then my friend Scott tells me that he did arrive. He's just at the other location, which is an inevitable mistake. So we're gonna wait for Scott to arrive, but I don't think we're gonna wait before we eat. Thank you, Braids. Look at all these salsa.
I I know, I didn't know it was going to be
variety.
such a small amount of chips though. Might need to get back more chips. Might need to. And,
So
no one
we're
else-
here at Dos Coyotes with my good friends Brian Helen, who has no face, Scott
Who
Bitso,
wrote this? Like, what the heck is this?
and Braids.
So that was really cool, and then like what possessed you to do that kind of way? I learned that when he falls asleep, he puts
And
his
right
feet
now,
together.
she's
Yeah,
sharing
it's
stories
really
about me,
horrible. The first time it happened-
surprising things that she didn't know at first about her husband.
What? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
No, when he's drifting off to sleep,
Hey,
he
is
just felt like.
this a family show? Is this appropriate for kids?
Yeah, I'll keep it PG.
Yeah.
I knew a lot about you. We dated for about a year, and I learned a lot about you during that time. I didn't realize fully how close knit the family is. It's a really close family. That was that real early on. I realized I always need to tell him before I throw away anything, even if it seems like it's like a napkin. I need to say, hey, can I throw this away?
Instead of getting really mad.
No, you just get sad, and that's worse. I also found out is you can't fight with Russ. I've tried. Can't do it. It's not
I need
possible.
to know more. Tell me more.
So even when I'm spoiling for I'm like, I am angry and also hungry and
Yeah.
tired, and you did this thing that kind of
Hurt my
frustrates
feelings,
me.
and now I'm
Yeah.
pissed at you.
And he was like, Braids, Braids is
Wait, what is it called?
Braids. Because it's up today, but I have very long hair, and it's usually in a braid. He's like, Braids, I am so sorry. Like, come here, and I promise I will be a better husband. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to fight with you.
No, I want to be mad at you right
Yeah,
now.
I'm like, oh, you're the best. I love you too. And then it's fine. So we've never had a fight ever. In the year of dating and 2 years of marriage, we have never had a fight.
Never.
And that surprised me.
Come on.
I didn't think that was. I figured eventually we would get close, but you can't fight with
Stop
Ross.
it,
Have you
Ross.
guys? Has either of you ever fought with Ross?
I've been mad at Ross, but I don't think I've ever fought with
What
Ross.
made you mad that he did?
All sorts of things. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty punctual, except for today. Traffic.
This is okay, but you're filming again.
So where'd you guys stop at Ross? Where'd you guys eat for dinner in San Francisco?
Ross Margaritas.
Where's that exactly?
It's down by Fisherman's Wharf.
Oh, okay.
We've been grousing about the prices, so when we found that place, we were like, all right.
Yeah, my wife wasn't grousing.
Ross is doing the old man. This is ridiculous. This is outrageous.
I will say, if you want cheaper food in San Francisco, the Mission is where you really need to go. Yeah. Although still expensive, I'm sure compared to.
Well, compared to North Carolina, everything's expensive.
Yeah, right.
It's like one of the cheaper
Well,
places to live in the
the
country.
mission, should I choose to accept it, and I will.
Stop tormenting your friends.
It's okay. It's okay. He's right.
He's gonna thank me
In
later.
20 years, I will thank him later. I'll be like, oh, that's right.
Remember that video of the
Yeah.
those coyotes?
Before I lost my arm.
So now I get to steal the camera and say how much I love spending time with my husband on this vacation, and how much I love my husband, period. He's wonderful.
It is raining right now, but no downpour could keep us from getting to Petaluma, where we are now seeing the much renovated version of the Hotel Petaluma where we stayed for our honeymoon. And what accommodations.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Does my wife know how to book a hotel or what? And tomorrow we're going to get to see Steve Ross and Tanya Keanu, and tomorrow will be our last full day in California. Ready to say good night, Braids?
Good night, Braids.
One last thing. We were not able to see my good friend Adrian Taylor tonight, but Adrian did ask a favor for us to replicate a picture that I had taken with my sister at the plaza where Dos Coyotes is. It looks like this. So Braids and I were able to replicate that shot. Now it looks like this. And we were excited to be able to do that.